anything. For me, the last option would be to give up possession. If I can't carry it in and I can't chip it to support to somebody, then I would forecheck somebody. And so again, we use the terminology of a 2-3. F1 pursues the puck with speed, be physical on the puck, time and space as quick as possible. Some people look for angles, like to angle him. I just want to get on him. I want to take the most direct route, and I want to make him feel uncomfortable and turn the puck over. While he's doing that, the second forward has to be taking the same strides as the first forward, and he has to be tracking the defenseman, the opposite defenseman. So you can see here that F2 for us is tracking this guy here. If they had sent their defenseman, if he went back into this corner where they had D and D and they were looking for some sort of a reverse, I would take F2 and send him right into this corner full speed, then make it a 2-on-2. F3 for me lines up with the puck above their rush, above the top of the circles in a safe defensive posture. But if the puck's here, I want my F3 right here. If the puck's here, I want my F3 here. And as it changes sides, possibly, I want my F3 to come over and be in line with the puck. If they were to chip it up the strong side, for me on the forecheck, F3 goes, strong side D never pinches. And anytime the puck gets rimmed to the weak side, or if it gets pushed to here, and because we got so much pressure, he just continues to push. I call it a D to D, keep it moving. We want the weak side defenseman pinching and F3 backing up. So no pinch here, and then a pinch here. These are just a couple of clips of the forecheck. So you can see it comes down in here, but right away you can see exactly in the diagram of what it said. We're tracking two defensemen with speed. It's physical. He keeps it moving. This defenseman doesn't have time to make a play, so my weak side defenseman should be creeping in already. He knows this puck's going on the yellow, and he's down the wall, and you can see F3 backing him up. So that was just an example of the 2-3 forecheck where we keep the puck in. I like the fact that we took a shot on a shot mentality in this clip right here, and that our defenseman, again, was kind of pre-pinching the wall, and Mike Fisher, who was F3 to begin with, remains as F3 and looks to back up our defenseman. We have a saying in the offensive zone with regard to F3 because we lose them, and usually when we don't play well in a game or we've given up too much, it's because we lost F3. So we talk about it a lot. The saying is when they have possession, F3 has to be high. When possession is in question, F3 has to be high. When we have possession, it's all 5 guys looking for offense. I don't care where they go, because it's too hard to score goals inside a D-zone cover structure. So all 5 guys have the ability to move and go anywhere they want. But when we don't have possession or they have possession, F3 has to be there. Again, you can kind of see it through the picture here. We've got 2 guys coming. There's F1 coming in. F2 comes in. I like the separation. Excuse me. F3 was on this side of the ice because it started here. It got moved to here by their defenseman. So our F3 put himself right over in here. Again, mirroring the puck in this area. We get separation. We hang on to our position. And just from the forecheck there, we get 2 quick chances at the net. Again, a self-chip to a forecheck. This one here gets tied up. We end up dumping it through. And as you see, it comes in. There's no need to track the defenseman anymore. We want numbers into the battle. There's been a pause. We get the second guy in there. We get position in the battle and work to come up with the puck. Again, low to high right away and back to the front of the net with a high-low screen. And then I like the jump from F3 to turn that puck and sustain offense. So from just a forecheck there again, 2 or 3 quick chances with a good screen. With regard to so those are the questions that you have to ask as a coach. If we were to chip this puck in, every time possible for me, I want it to go behind the net. And our forecheck structure, and that's coming up next, is a 2-3. So as this plays out, you're always going to see 2 guys up in the zone. I used to call it a 2-1-2. The 1 would be F3. I'd lose F1 and F2 on the forecheck. And the third forward would be F3. And I used to call it a 2-1-2. And that 1, you know, sometimes he gets up there too far and he goes below the dot and he gets down towards where the puck is. And the minute it turns over, we're chasing something back. So from a visual standpoint, I wanted them to think about it as a 2-3. 2 guys on the attack looking to turn over pucks, 3 guys in a good defensive position. Once that happens, I want to change sides, and I want to come away from where the puck was, not have F2 spin back behind the net and take it back to where all the defenders are. And we'll get to that in a second here. Make the right read, smart decision, don't force a play to the middle. Chip to middle lane drive, driving through and look to maintain possession. A hard rim is an option. If there's no center lane drive, you can rim to possession. So a lot of times we would rim from the left winger to the right winger, and he would get pressure. My goal at that point would be to bump it right back around, coming out the other side, back to the left winger, because wherever the puck goes in the defensive zone into a corner, 5 defenders are going to go. So I don't want to play on that side of the ice. I want to play back over on this side of the ice. So even if it's a rim around, I want to rim it back around the other way. And I've got some good clips of it for you coming up here. So this is a good decision. Our left winger, I think it's Colin Wilson, gets in trouble here. He's not going to, I don't want him to turn this puck over. He's not feeling comfortable about a play to the middle, and that's fine with me. So what he does is he lays it to an area, and as it comes in here, again, this kind of looks like my forecheck too, with 2 guys getting up the ice. But we could get here first, and it might be hard to see, but we push that. For me, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how it gets to the other side of the ice. You can kick it, you can poke it, you can use your elbow, get it to the other side of the ice, because that's the side that I want to play on. And as it comes out, as Craig Smith gets this puck, don't take it back into, what I was saying was, don't take it back into here. Get this puck and come over into here and see what's up. So that was a play where we ended up turning over possession. We ended up maintaining possession off of a chip. Here's another one. You can see that our centerman is drive through. Even though he's on the weak side of the ice, if he takes hard strides from here and comes pounding through here, he can be the first guy on this puck. We are not comfortable making a play to the middle of the ice at this point. So he puts it in behind. Objective, get it to the other side of the ice as soon as possible. As it comes out the other side, get away from that, get away from this guy and bring it this guy. This guy was on this side of the ice. 1, 2, 3, 4 guys over here. I want to play over on this side of the ice. I want to use the points. So as I move on in this presentation, I want to go side to side as quick as possible. I want to go low to high as quick as possible. I don't want my players hanging on to the puck that much unless they feel like they need to, and they're using cutbacks and scissors and trying to create low cycle plays. Use the points right away. I was at my son's tournament, amazed at the lack of times that they did not use the points. But unless you're practicing that, using the points, unless you put 5 guys, 5-on-0 in the offensive zone, put a puck to the half wall, use the back of the net, and as that player comes out the other side, unless you're pounding that into your team's identity, point, 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 it's not going to happen. You can sit there and yell from the bench, but unless you've worked on it in 3 practices in a row, 5 practices in a row, we work on it all year long. Unless you work on it to use the points, they're probably not going to use the points. And the thing about it too is if you were to use the net and come out this other side here and get to here, you could throw this puck blind, because the guy that's covering this defenseman, he's sitting down in here somewhere protecting the front of that. You could throw it blind 100% of the time. Get it, bank it off to the boards, get it out here, and you've got yourself a shot and an opportunity at the net. That's coming just a little bit later. Again, great traffic in front of the net and getting in there, getting your nose down on the puck and looking for some rebounds. This is a self-chip, which for me is the same thing. Again, I want 2 guys up the ice hard. And you can see at this point here that our third forward ends up staying high, but we're in that forechecking position again. We change sides, we bring it out, and then immediately, again, this is the forward here that has an opportunity to cover our defenseman, but everything takes it back in. Get it out right away. Good decision there to self-chip. So as it gets into this area in here, your second forward up the ice is going to have to realize whether or not it's a chip or whether or not it gets scrummed up in this area. We still have possession, but it didn't get moved, so he changes his route. Instead of coming this way, he gets in here. Anytime that there's battles in the offensive corners, I always say I want numbers on the puck. I never want to be looking at 2-on-1 their color, 3-on-1 their color. So I would want my guy to get on the inside of their players and make it a 2-on-1 in our favor. So right now we've just gone and outnumbered these guys and made it a quick 2-on-1. Again, so just to pound the identity, Colin Wilson picks this puck up and he pauses for a second. He gets it and he's thinking about, you can tell that he's thinking about coming this way, but look, count him up again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why do we want to come back out this way? And you'll have to work a year on this. You'll have to work every practice on getting your team to come out this side of the ice. But if you do, and this guy were to come across and he goes back to the net, you're going to get a scoring chance. So it comes back out. We end up using the D to D. Good tip, good redirect and tip in front.